And we are back, and we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us. Now, y'all, things have gone from bad to worse for your girl. We're talking about your girl, Letitia James. Y'all know that she's already facing a criminal inquiry to the Department of Justice, which William Pulte of Housing referred over about potential mortgage fraud, at least 3 different cases. And then there would be, I suppose, accompanying insurance fraud potential violations as well. And now we see that an ethics complaint against Letitia James called for New York state courts to investigate Trump administration fraud claims. So the New York Attorney General Letitia James is the subject of a new state level ethics complaint filed by pro-Trump legal nonprofit America First Legal. So let's put this in perspective. The 3 mortgage and insurance related fraud allegations against Letitia James that we all know about, those would be on the federal level, right? So to lie on a mortgage application could be a federal fraud problem, okay? Could be. And also insurance, I think that could probably be either federal or state. So that's let's call that a bit of a gray area. I don't think that the investigations at the current time, the referrals include insurance fraud, but I'm sure that if the mortgage fraud has legs, the insurance fraud probably would have legs as well. But now what we're looking at from Fox News is a different ethics complaint, which would be on this. Now, y'all know the strange thing about this is, who is the Attorney General of the state of New York? That's Letitia James. The AFL complaint filed last week adds to recent woes for James, who's also facing a criminal referral from the Trump administration related to accusations of mortgage fraud. Quote, for a state prosecutor who has maligned the president of the United States for political gain, public accountability will serve as a cure to Letitia James's endless lawfare and abuse of power, AFL Vice President Dan Epstein said in a statement to Fox News Digital. The complaint was filed with the New York State Unified Court Systems Committee on Professional Standards, the state-level entity that handles discipline matters for attorneys whose principal office is in the Albany region. So this looks like it's not a criminal level type of complaint. It's more of an ethics complaint because Letitia James, as the Attorney General, is an attorney. So this goes back to our video from previously where we were wondering if Letitia James might lose her law license. You know what? I'm going to loop that video in at the end of this video. That would be a good video to follow up this, because Letitia James could be in trouble with her law license if any of these allegations are found to have merit. The complaint requests that the Attorney Grievance Committee open an investigation into James over allegations of mortgage fraud levied against her earlier this month by the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Those allegations were published in a criminal referral letter sent earlier this month to the Department of Justice by FHFA Director William Pulte. In the referral, Pulte accused James of falsifying mortgage records to obtain more favorable loans. So y'all, what we're gonna do now, let's shoot into the video where we previously talked about a county executive in the state of New York who wrote a letter asking for this sort of investigation to be opened. So it looks like these requests are coming from different angles. So now what do you think the authorities in New York are going to do? Are they going to say, no, we won't investigate? You know, seems like they have to, right? But Letitia James is kind of, I don't want to say she's the leader of the New York lawyers, but she's kind of like a leader because she's the Attorney General. So in this case, she would not investigate herself because it would be an ethics committee that would be investigating her as an attorney. Could be problems. What do y'all think?
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold public office. She's guilty not only of those crimes, but of countless more crimes by using and abusing her public office to try to persecute an innocent man, depriving him of his rights, engaging in a conspiracy to obstruct our election, and to overthrow our democratic processes and procedures, She is guilty of multiple significant serial criminal violations.
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold.
Now here we have a New York County executive who is asking for Letitia James's law license to be revoked and for her to be punished for these allegations against her. I am guessing that the assumption here is that where there is smoke, there is fire. And Mr. Steve McLaughlin of New York, county executive for a county there, is saying, look, we need to penalize this type of behavior. And you know what's funny? I think Letitia James will be in agreement with that because she came out very forcefully and did try to penalize that type of behavior that she said that Donald Trump had engaged in. Let's take a look at this letter. So the letter says, in part, I respectfully refer your attention to the enclosed materials concerning Letitia Ann James as detailed in criminal referral submitted by Director of the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency that is attached to the enclosed grievance committee complaint form. The documentation outlines multiple instances in which Ms. James appears to have made false representation in connection with mortgage applications and property records. These allegations raise serious concerns about the integrity and professional conduct of Ms. James as a member of the New York State Bar. Moreover, given her position as the state's chief legal officer, these concerns necessarily implicate the manner in which she handles matters on behalf of the people of the state of New York, including residents and institutions within our county and throughout the state. I believe it is appropriate for your office to review these matters under the applicable attorney conduct rules. Thank you for attention to this matter. And of course, the tweet that goes along with this letter says today, following allegations of mortgage fraud against her, I have sent a letter seeking disciplinary proceedings to determine whether Letitia James is fit to hold a law license in this state. I believe she is not, and her license should be revoked. Do y'all think that this will turn into something, or do you think they'll figure out a way to sweep it under the rug? I'd like to know what y'all think about this. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you know I'm going to ask you to share this video out. Share it over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all the social mediums, large and small. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Y'all let me know down in the comments. What do you think is going to come out of this? Seriously, I want to know. I want to thank y'all for watching. You know we love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.